coming up here on 3rd down.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Watch out. Yellow. Yellow.
Purdy now to throw. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the 49ers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0.
Bengals nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
Check. Double up. Double up. 18,
Throwing to start the drive. Monroe. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Incomplete on the jump ball.
You look at this Niner defense. They were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
2nd and 10. That's out quickly to Chase. And some room to work. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
It's a gain of 31
That goes for a
yards.
gain of 31.
That's good for a Bengals.
Now we watch everything with great
down.
anticipation, because he just
First
had
and
his
10 at the
999th
47-yard
reception. And yes, math majors, the next one, a big one, 1,000. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 47. Up the middle they go. Preston. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
38-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
They'll keep it on the ground. Preston. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Here comes 3rd and the length of the
No gain
football.
on the play. It's now 3rd and less than a yard.
Now the first carry here for the running back. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Yeah, that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
70 Lions.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great play there. with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Now for the point after.
For the extra point.
It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Cam Little to kick off.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one? And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. 65 yards. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one.
Bengals 7.
The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week. And, Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you not?
I certainly do, because when you start to do the math, and yes, I'm using my fingers to count. If you're going for the midway point, let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth. It's usually right around that number. A loss here, all of a sudden you've got to go 6-2 down the stretch just to reach 10 wins. That means this game is vital.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Third down and 1.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Off play action. Monroe. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line.
he's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
Third and 10.
He's done it. 1,000 career catches with that last reception.
I don't care what you've done in your life. How many things have you done 1,000 times of significance? How about this? With that catch, now closing in on the top 10 all-time in NFL history, a very significant achievement.
And that will be incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
Here we go, Shaq. Like it, 19, Tiger. Rig alert, rig alert. Panther 60, Panther 60. Warriors 17. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Ready?
Operating from the gun. Monroe. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Riggs. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Panther 11, 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats.
Again, he'll drop to throw. McDonald makes the catch. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
At the 5-yard line. A pickup of 2.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. As they come up now, 2nd and goal.
Ready. Bronco 80. Stretch with the bar. Set. Motion. Hawks.
Here's a give up the middle. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4.
He was brought down.
Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Back to throw. Monroe. Now they go straight, and it's complete. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bengals are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point attempt here still to come. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
That ties the game at 14. Cam Little to kick off.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Get set. Yellow. 18. Watch out. Yellow.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. This one complete to Lacy. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Terry. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 89 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Purdy. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
Yellow.
Purdy from the gun on third down. Room to maneuver at the 35. And he is going to have the 49ers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
It's a gain of
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. They'll run on first down. McLeod. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. A nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Now a first carry here for the running back. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Yellow. Yeah, you. Up.
Purdy. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers.
Touchdown.
A 20-yard touchdown. And the 49ers have moved out in front. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
Bengals 14.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Monroe. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's on his way. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Here we go, boys.
Up the middle they go. It's Terry.
20, the ball carrier.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now a 2nd and 10.
Get set, get set. 18, watch out. Yellow. 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 Yellow.
Purdy looking to throw. And he holds it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
San Francisco.
A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point attempt to follow here. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14.
Niners 28, Bengals 14.
The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get it to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Got a man open. It's Chase. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. Oh, we made a big deal about catch number 1,000, as we should. Now he's at 1,001, so he's building towards 2,000, Charles.
I like your optimism, and I love your math. Let's go ahead and get the next 1,000, and he started on it already.
60 Eagles. Back, blitz. Here we go. Ready, right?
Another one into the hands of Jamar Chase. So given 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's second
It's a
down.
gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 36-yard line.
And he'll find Chase on the right side complete. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 3rd and 3.
Go street. 60 Bison, 60 by Panther 11, Panther 11. Trap 60, trap 60.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
And he will take it on in for Bengals touchdown. Scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Bengals get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today is track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch. Extra point right down the middle. And they're within 7 now at 28-21.
Cam Little to kick off.
And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. As they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. Throwing here, Purdy. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
38-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 38. Throwing to start the drive. Monroe. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now he's into the clear again. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Off play action. Monroe. Now a run here off the out. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Niners force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Daxton Hill picks it off. And he's guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Wow, a big mistake there. Late interception in this first half, and that could lead to a field goal try the other way.
Yeah, I think at this point you just had to say, let's take a knee and go in at the half and regroup. Let's just talk it over a little bit. I wonder, partner, was the analytics coach in his head a little bit? Maybe go ahead and press it and try and get some points. While the old school coach probably would have said, take the knee, let's get out of here.
Now we could see points the other way here.
Niners 28, Bengals 24.
It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it to 26. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Here we go. 19, Tiger. 60 Eagle. 60 Eagle.
Looking to throw. Monroe. And he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Panther 60. Panther 60.
Off the play fake. Monroe. This is caught at the 20. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the San Fran 20. 36 yards on the play. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger.
Off play action. Monroe. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Off the play fake. Monroe. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Cougar 19. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Come on. Count.
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. It's their quarterback. A 4-yard touchdown scamper. And the Bengals have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point splits the uprights. And that gives them a 3-point lead.
Bengals 31, 49ers 28.
The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Get set, get set.
On 2nd and 10, Purdy. His throw incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he is caught. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 36. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Terry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
It's a pickup.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Back to throw. Purdy. He finds his man. Complete. That's Terry. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down.
Get set, get set. Watch out.
Up the middle they go. Terry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
What an advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Watch out.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Purdy. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Purdy. Now we're behind his man. Incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game. That time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
A 36-yard attempt.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Oh, it's some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. The Bengals drive about to get going. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12.
Here we go. Hawk 70, Hawk Panther 60, Panther 60. Ready?
Back to throw. Monroe. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. So no gain on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. And maybe just lucky to get that pass away.
And maybe should have held on to it because I don't know what you thought. That didn't look like the primary receiver to me.
No, I don't think it was.
I agree. I think he's coming to a secondary target. Maybe in that situation, you don't throw it at all. Eat it, take care of the football. They're fortunate nothing bad happened on that one.
79, 60, Cougar 19. Cup 19, Cup 19. 18, Pioneer. Check up.
From the gun on 3rd down. Monroe. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
A gain of 6 yards. It's 4th down.
Check smash. Cowboy 80. 7 Buck, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Trap 60, 79 Bronco. Hut.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now inside the 25. And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD. Johnston, 71 yards. And the Bengals take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead.
49ers 31.
The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback.
1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of it.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
Shotgun now with Purdy. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. The offense on third down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Purdy from the gun. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. There he goes, right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for the Bengals TD. He already had an interception earlier. Now Charles says, I think I'll get another, and I'll take this one all the way back to the score.
Well, you know how I feel about those defensive backs, especially safeties. They're certainly some of the best athletes on the team. They're asked to do a little bit of everything. And when you combine their athleticism with their field vision, those types of plays result.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Fresh off that pick 6, here's Purdy. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Purdy now to throw off the play action. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Purdy. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position.
Liking 18. Tag. 72.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
It's a gain
And
of
all the
3.
way down inside the 5 to the 4. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
On the
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Motion, motion, motion. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
This one complete, right side to McDonald. Touchdown! From 3 yards out. And the Bengals are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the 1st down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Out of the gun, Purdy.
7 brings up 2nd and 3 at the 42-yard line.
Here's Purdy. He sets to fire deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Purdy now to throw. And that is incomplete. The pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense, another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. It's hard enough to do when the pocket is clear. When you got all those people in front of you, almost impossible to have a good completion percentage.
Purdy, big 4th down play. He'll try to do it himself. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Throwing to start the drive. Monroe. Looking left side, and it's complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and goal.
And they'll run again. And this time he'll work his way in. Touchdown Bengals.
Sometimes offense, if you get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here. And we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call.
Cam Little to kick off.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line. 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
What's up?
They'll start this drive out on the ground to about the 40-yard line.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there's a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. McLeod. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. The Niners on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Facing this 4th quarter deficit, they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try to run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Let's go now.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Cam Little to kick off.
The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just haven't been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. And a very appropriate gain as well, 49 yards. Back to throw, Purdy. And he's got it. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
The point after is good, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
Check. Mustang 19.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 3rd and 2.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Cougar 19.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he is going to have the Bengals first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. And not liking the look, they'll change the play.
Buzz, coming. 60 Eagle, 60 Eagle. Check out.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
That's another
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
1st and 10.
Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it. And it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory from them.
Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players